in the Violence Against Women reauthorization was a somewhat controversial proposal that Indian tribes should be restored limited jurisdiction over non-Indians who commit domestic violence against tribal members in the community. How many of you are on board for that? You know, a lot of people say, oh, we can't have that. Can't have tribes exercising jurisdiction over non-members. You know, they're going to mistreat them. Next thing you know, you're going to see the non-members out there in orange jumpsuits breaking rocks along the side of the road, you know? Which makes me wonder, before the Supreme Court stripped away tribal authority to prosecute non-Indians, how many of you saw a lot of non-Indians out there breaking rocks in the tribal communities? Didn't see much of that. Didn't see much of that. But the Senate version of the VAWA reauthorization would restore tribal court criminal jurisdiction over non-Indians who commit domestic violence against a spouse or intimate partner if the non-Indian is living in the tribal community, working in the tribal community, married to or an intimate partner of a tribal member. Seems logical to me. Seems logical to me. We're going to extend some extra protections to non-Indians that Indian people don't receive in tribal court. I don't like that. From a judge's perspective, what do I say to the tribal member when he sees the non-Indian lawyer up at the tribe's expense, get special rules regarding juries, get special rules regarding federal court review, and the tribal member says, well, wait a minute, I'm a member of this tribe. Why is this individual getting more rights? It may create some problems, but I think the tribe is willing to accept that compromise in order to get their jurisdiction restored to them. So the Senate bill went through, the Justice Department supported it. I think in North and South Dakota, I think we were 1-1 in each state. I don't know in North Dakota, both the senators may have supported it. Anyone know? I don't want to get too political. Another thing the Senate bill did was clarify that Indian tribes have civil jurisdiction over non-Indians to grant civil protection orders. How many of you are lawyers? Oh, come on, you won't get attacked. Some of you are? Well, civil jurisdiction basically means the court has a case involving two private parties. Protection order is one party is ordered to stay away, not commit any acts of domestic abuse against the other party. And believe it or not, it's not even clear, apparently, to the federal courts that Indian tribes can even enter civil protection orders against non-Indian persons. So another part of the provision of the VAWA reauthorization, I think it's Title IX, would clarify that Indian tribal courts can grant protection orders for Indian persons against non-Indians. It's funny, in the House bill, the House stripped away a lot of the protections for Native women, but one of the provisions in the House bill that I find really comical is it would allow an Indian woman or a person seeking a protection order to go where to get that order? Federal courts. How many of you have tried to go into federal court and file something lately? Is it like the tribal court? Can I talk to the judge? We have a reputation in tribal court of running the McDonald's drive-through line. Pull up, pick up your order, and be on your way, right? That's not the way it is in federal court. But that's one of the compromises apparently in the House bill. We're not going to recognize tribal jurisdiction to even grant civil protection orders, but we'll allow a victim of the violence or her tribe to petition a federal court for a protection order. Now, I have some serious questions whether that's giving tribes and victims of violence any kind of protection.